Hey everyone, I'm back, and today I'm just going to cover up the 4 movies that I saw in July, and I don't really have much to say other than there are good movies that I saw and bad movies that I saw, not just in July, but in August. I've 3 movies in, and the quality ranged from being really bad to pretty great, which I'm also excited to talk about those movies I saw in August so far. But for now, let's concentrate on the movies that I saw in July. Starting with AntMan and the Wasp. I liked it. I don't think AntMan and the Wasp is a great movie by any means. The third act is a ton of fun and really awesome, and it's a lot cooler than anything the trailers could have made it look. The performances here are really good, the action sequences are really good, and it's also very funny. The special effects look great, and the villain, her motivation is kind of all over the place. I barely remember the villain in this movie. I just know what she can do, I guess. But that's about it. Another fun Marvel movie. It's not great by any means, but it is what it is. So I would recommend checking that one out. Next film we have is Skyscraper. Oh boy. The only redeeming part about this movie is The Rock. He's the best part of this movie. He's trying to make it work, and it just doesn't work. And a lot of people have compared this movie to Die Hard, and I would say it's more than that. It rips off more than just Die Hard. It's also Ghost Protocol and just a bunch of other films, and it's trying to be a very serious movie, and it just can't do it because it does nothing well. Aside from The Rock, the acting's awful, the special effects don't look good. There's hardly any tension in the movie, if any. There's some humor that was good, but I give credit to Dwayne Johnson for that. Overall, it's just a bad movie with an awful script, and it kind of just doesn't know what it wants to be. And you can tell I just had nothing to say about it, because I really don't have anything to say about it. It's just a generic action movie trying to be generic, if not less than generic. So, moving on from Skyscraper, let's move on to The Equalizer 2, starring Denzel Washington. This movie is really bad, like almost painful to sit through. There are some enjoyable scenes, I guess. They're not great or too good, but they're something at least, and that involves whenever the character, I believe this is his name, Mike, whenever he's on screen, the movie kind of works. It's something. But all in all, the acting's awful. The first 45 minutes are atrocious. I couldn't sit through them. But once we get past that, it kind of gets a little bit better, but not enough for me to like it. The last act is fine, I guess, but it just didn't give me a reason to care, and I guess that's my biggest problem. I just didn't really care. And last but not least, Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, before I get into this Mission Impossible movie, I'm going to talk about the other Mission Impossible movies really quick. The first one I felt was fine. The second one is really awful. The third one I thought was pretty good. That's how I feel about those 3. And Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation, I don't remember much about them. I remember Ghost Protocol was my favorite, and Rogue Nation was pretty good as well. And Fallout, I think, out of all of the Mission Impossible movies that I like, this is definitely the worst one for me. Some of the humor from this one actor, I think he plays Scotty in the new Star Trek movies. I can't be I'm not 100% sure on that, but he was awful in this movie, and I think he was the worst part of this movie. But Tom Cruise is pretty good, and the humor is a mixed bag, obviously because of that one really bad performance. But whenever it's Luthor, I believe his name is, I forgot the actor who plays him. Whenever he's on screen, the movie is great. And Tom Cruise is really good in it. And the third act is really great. That's where I think this movie really shines. It's the third act. But all in all, everything before it is kind of alright. There's some boring scenes in this movie, if you ask me, and there's like twists and turns, and it goes like 3 in a row, and at that point, I just have no idea what's going on. Oh, and Henry Cavill, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was good in this movie. He's not great, but he works. So that is July of 2018. The 4 movies that I saw in July. I didn't see anything great, just either really bad or good. And I'm hoping the rest of August and more of the year, there are less terrible movies that I put myself through. And I'm hoping that will be the case. Last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, which is going to be 8th grade, because I haven't talked about it at all yet. I'm really excited to bring that review to you guys. And until I get that review up, thank you for watching and have a great day.